Good afternoon, traders. Today is Thursday, June 15th, approximately 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we finally got our pause, although as one of my followers suggested, it was a rather hawkish pause. Apparently, Jay Powell is continuing his threats of raising the interest rates at least 2 more times before close of year. So, with that in mind, the market is still digesting what this means. We're going to take a look at the charts, and I'm going to tell you a few key items that you want to be looking at closely throughout the remainder of the week and into the weekend pertaining to crypto, and of course beginning next week to find out where we go from here. Let's just go ahead and get started, and I'm going to jump into our main chart here, which is Bitcoin. By the way, guys, I noted this in the last video as well. I've taken steps to make sure that the ticker I am on is highlighted at all times during the course of the video so that you can know which chart I am referring to. I know I have a higher screen res here. Some of you may not be able to see that ticker symbol very well, so hopefully this helps out with that. And I will probably take steps also to chapter this out on YouTube, so those of you who don't have time to watch the whole video can just go ahead and skip to the chapter. Now, what I like to do with my YouTube videos is I like to download an app that allows me to listen to different YouTube videos in the background, and then I can quickly turn on my screen if I want to see what the podcaster or the YouTuber is talking about, showing, or demonstrating. But otherwise, while I'm at the gym, I oftentimes will listen to YouTube videos in the background. And there are many apps that do that. They're hard to find on the Google Play Store, but you can find them on F-Droid and other more trustworthy third-party sources if you're so inclined to do so. And this is one of the things that YouTube is probably going to pick up on me saying and flag me for, but that's okay. We'll move on here. Okay, so I've got the Bitcoin chart up here. I want to start with the dollar again, as usual, because the dollar is kind of is it going to pull up here? Okay, there we go. Slowly but surely. The dollar is kind of doing something contradictory to what the chart had shown previously. So a lot of my subscribers have been saying, well, this is just a bear flag. Well, yeah, at one time you could have said it was a bear flag, a bull flag, excuse me, so that we were dipping and we're kind of doing a little bit of a zigzag here, and then moving up to my target of 105.6, but no longer is that the case after yesterday's meeting. The dollar just dropped out of this rather bullish looking triangle and took us the other way. So we can kind of safely move this target down. I had the target previously at 105 or the 200-day moving average, which came first. Looks like we've hit our target and are moving back down to retest this head and shoulders neckline. And again, as you guys know, as I've been saying for a very long time, once that neckline breaks, it's bye-bye US dollar. That being said, with the dollar down and the VIX at all-time lows, the S&P or the stocks should be moving up nicely. And in fact, you will see the chart we've been tracking for this purpose is US 500. We broke above a channel we have been in for almost a year. Okay, this top red part of the channel here started in June of last year, so it has been a year, and broke above it. Still have yet to confirm that move. This could just be a it could be a bull trap, really. We have to have confirmation tomorrow. So this is one of the key items I wanted to show you guys. Mark this level of resistance here. We have resistance at 4,400 as well. And the post that I made just a few days ago, I said 4,380 was our mark. That was the top of this channel. We've broken above that and hit another resistance level at 4,400. So tomorrow could see us come back down into this channel and start to descend. It could see us test the bottom of this. Again, I'm saying this is a potential scenario, and if we break that, come down to the bottom of what I say is my hypothesized channel bottom. If we continue to move up, like the dollar continues to move below this level of support here at 102, and if it continues its downward trajectory with the VIX being lower, I would expect our level of resistance here, this big resistance, will hold as support and will continue to make our ways in this blow off top. All right. So that being said, those are our two obviously options, is up or down. The dollar is showing us that we're, right now, the dollar is showing us that we are going to continue our move up in the stocks. However, the dollar could bounce here at this 102 level. So this is why we just have to track this all the time. If the dollar bounces here, it could bring us back up to the 50, which we hit our heads on, and before we continue our move further down. So this is going to leave us in a little bit of limbo over the course of the next week or so. We're not going to be real clear on the way the market is going to digest this Fed pause with clause or with asterisks that there will be 2 more hikes. And right now the S&P or the US 500, both track the S&P, are in very overbought territory. So I am concerned that there could still be a pullback underway here. And that's showing true with the dollar too, being on an important level of support. If the dollar bounces up and the VIX goes up with that, the S&P will come down and we will come back into this channel, which we have been in, as I've said, for the bottom part here since September of last year, and the top part, which we are currently in for a year now. All right, so that takes us to our Bitcoin chart, and I want to show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so first, let's get this out of the way. Let's zoom out here to our weekly. And what I want to do here is erase all of my daily drawings. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide those. So this is our weekly chart. Each of these candles represents a weekly a week time frame. All right, so we have a level right here on this M pattern. All right, I'm going to draw a horizontal line there. So this level here represents the middle of this M pattern, which has completed, I would say. All right, so we've come down to the target level and are now moving back up. All right, notice this middle, the middle of the M. Notice the price there, 31,000, basically 500. That is the target that I am saying on the daily we're going to go back and do battle with. If I draw another pattern here, you can see we have a cup and the start of a handle here. All right, so that's a very bullish sign. And if we move back up to that 31,500, should we break that, Bitcoin is going to go for a ride. Now, if we don't break that, I'm going to show you what's going to happen on the daily. So I'm going to zoom back in here to the daily. I want to unhide all of our daily drawings again and show you on the daily what it looks like we may be doing here. So I'm going to just try to ignore all the noise here. I've got a lot of drawings. They mean something to me. They may not mean anything to you. But notice here on the daily how we touched that 30,500 mark. I drew that line a little bit too high. All right, we touched the 30,500 mark, and now we've come back down. It looks like if we go back up, as the weekly is suggesting, we are going to be forming both a cup and handle, or if that cup and handle fails, an M pattern. All right, that would take us all the way down, probably to about 20,000 again, which is significant. Remember what I said, guys, on the Bitcoin futures chart. I'm bringing that up right now. We have a gap to fill at 20,000. So should we fail to beat the 30,500 resistance, we are probably going to come back down at that point and fill that gap at 20,000. I don't know what news or what event will take us there. I'm just telling you what the charts are showing me. All right, so a few other things on the daily chart that I want to point out that are positive and showing me that we will go up from this point. First of all, I circled two neckline touches here. Remember my neckline for this cup and handle pattern. Also on a larger scale, you could see a inverse head and shoulders. Doesn't matter. Target's going to be the same on either one of these. What we're seeing here is two touches at this neckline, and I didn't circle this part because we don't know whether we're going to close back above that neckline. I'm going to give it a close of business tomorrow. Why am I giving it 3 days versus 2? On the stocks, I would give it 2 days. A close above or below an important level, and another candle opening and closing above or below that same level. That's 2 days. That's because stock markets open at 9:30 here in the US, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and close at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so you have open and closing. With Bitcoin, Bitcoin, the market never closes. It's always moving. So I like to give it 3 days. So we give it another day to skirt back above that neckline, or if it's confirming this move down, we'll have another candle close below that neckline. Still, I'm not going to be too concerned here because there's a couple things that I'm seeing. First of all, we have this support level, which I drew as a channel. And so I drew it as a channel because we have wicked down into this channel previously. I see it here in March of 23, and currently we've wicked into it again just today. All right, so should that channel fail, then we have a next important level of 24,200, and below that our 200-day moving average. And some people are saying 2,300. Well, I guess we could get a wick down there. I don't see that as being hugely significant, but there is a level there around 23,000. I'm going to get rid of this big arrow. I'm not sure why. I guess after I unhid everything that came up, it's kind of distracting. Not that anything else is not. I've got a lot of drawings here. But anyways, that 200-day moving average is moving up and looking to coincide with the 24,200 level of support. Along with this channel, that's a lot of support underneath us, and the pattern, as I've already pointed out, that is ensuing, a larger cup and handle pattern, and also and could be an M pattern, where it looks like the bulls do want to do battle with that $30,500 mark. Additionally, look down here on the RSI. We are coming down into significant support level here. This channel is both support, and this black line comes all the way from, I'm going to have to zoom out here. Actually, I think it went way back. I'm going to move this up. Yep. All right. So we came all the way back from June of 22. So for 1 year, this bottom line on our RSI has acted as support. I believe it's going to act as support again and propel those bulls up to that 30,500 500 mark. All right, that's all I'm going to give you today. We'll go through some of the altcoins maybe in another video, but I just wanted to show you some key things I'm looking at. Again, I am not worried on this Bitcoin move yet. All right, not until we break possibly below that 200-day moving average would I start to be concerned. But even then, we still have a whole lot of support underneath us. And at that point, I might just hold my Bitcoin and just dollar cost average in, because we have tremendous support here with this brown. See this brown ascending line? See if I can thicken that up here. Oh, it's already at 4 pixels. All right, that started in 2017. All right, that is a critical level. We only broke below that quickly when we had the FTX fiasco. All right, and then once we popped back above that, the move was tremendous, and we used that as a bounce again here in March. So I don't see us breaking below that again. That would also not only act as support, but give us enough room to fill that gap on the CMA futures chart that I showed you. All right, so hopefully this analysis for the week has helped you all, and if it has, please give me a comment, a like, let me know that you're watching, and until the next video, peace, y'all.